I'm not going to tell you about why we need ground cover. I'm going to tell you why we need shady ground cover.
Well, and that was my next thing, is this is ground cover in the shade, and this is something called Lamium, and this is brand new today.
Yeah, I mean, ground cover as a principle, it either covers up areas that you don't like that are eroded.
Okay.
It replaces mulch, gravel, any kind of random dead matter that you're going to throw in the hopes of, you know, filling the void in your garden space. Here you're going to put flowers, but these are a true shady bloomer, and that's what I like about the Lamium in specific. We had other ground cover on earlier in the show, the trio. That can go anywhere in the sun. These like the part shade to the full shade areas, under a tree, north side of the house, those places where just really nothing else will grow. Now you can have these beautiful pastel blues and pinks and purples surrounding. And the great thing is, a 4-piece collection that'll cover about 6.5 square feet or 6 feet linear. But if you get more than one collection, we're talking, you know, in this entire table, just the first season. With 2 collections, one collection will do about half the first season, but then this will double by the next season.
Okay.
But you'll start yourself off running with more than one collection.
Hit the ground running, and here's the thing: if you'd like to get one collection, 4 pieces will be $29.92. The item number here is M53078, and I love what you said. That breaks down to about $7.48 per piece. So if you can do 2, it just keeps growing and really just filling itself in beautifully.
Yeah, and you can see here, these flowers, they're actually, they're related to prunella, which is another shady bloomer. And I know that hands down, these kinds of Lamium, the prunella, they're very easy to grow. We have weeds that are related that grow in all of our yards, and you may notice they look very similar, but they're very small and they're not very attractive. What we have here is a very, you could say, naturalizing, self-maintaining, shady ground cover that produces blankets of flowers for 2 months every year, beginning in June.
Beginning, yes.
And the great thing is that they don't have any bugs that like them. They're resistant to mildew. They actually ward off a lot of these pests that we don't like in the garden. You put these in those shady areas that may be prone to disease because there's not sun cleaning the leaves off. These will help your plants.
So you're helping yourself, you're getting the beauty, and you're getting 4 pieces for $29.92. Not bad. And I love, as we see this, I can't decide. This is one of those where my eye doesn't know where to go first, because you're getting the beautiful, the pinks and the fuchsias and the lavenders as far as the colors in the bloom. But then I look at the leaves, and the leaves are this gorgeous silvery green, outlined and just framed by a bit of a deeper green. They're absolutely beautiful.
And that adds to some of the eye-catching quality. That there is a 2-toned leaf, and then you have these sorts of different tones of pinks and blues and purples all mixed together, and it does add that sort of really beautiful manicured look to the garden. Now these can handle a part-day sun, and I want to show you here how to plant them in the ground in part or full.
We love to bring you the
no
tutorial.
Sun, sorry. Yeah, because it's actually very, very easy. You know, these have a dense and old root system. In fact, we've been growing these for about a year now. So you can see they're not some little baby plug that we started a few weeks ago. Now when you dig your hole, it's not so difficult. I like to break them up a little bit, the roots. Just kind of squeeze it like that. Put it in, cover it up like this. That's it. You know, I can do another one.
And how far should we be placing these
So I'm
apart?
going to plant these about 1.5 feet away from each other. That way they have plenty of room to spread. And you know, I might do another one here and another one over here, and that would fill out the whole table. First season growth. I mean, you can expect them to be full size the first season, and they're going to bloom for you this year.
Well, and you're getting a total here of 4 pieces, and you're going to get 2 of the pink, 2 of the purple, and these, again, these are a great way to add that pop of color in the shade. And the leaves themselves are absolutely beautiful. So we're talking 3 months of bloom in the spring, but in milder regions, you're going to get that foliage that then stays evergreen, yes?
Yeah, the foliage is evergreen if you don't have a freeze. And I also wanted to mention birds, butterflies, hummingbirds and bees. They love these flowers because these flowers They all have, I'll show you here. If you can see here, each flower, it has that pollen and the nectar right inside there. And they're very beautifully shaped flowers. They look almost like a little baby snapdragon. And you're gonna have hundreds of these every year in your garden, in the shade. Now, people love putting hostas in the garden. Some hostas are fragrant and they make nice flowers, but most hostas are crap. They're just boring, they have no color, and they kind of just are there because what else are you gonna put there? Replant. These, you're gonna put them in the ground once, they're gonna spread to all those areas that you don't wanna manage, under the trees, with all, you can see the coral bells in the corner there. You can interplant the coral bells and the lamium together and have a really great shady garden. And the begonias, throw the begonias in there. You've got shady garden that's unbelievable.
Well, and everything you've just mentioned has been in our show here. So if you go to QVC.com and check out items recently on air, you can find everything that Derek was just talking about. And this is what Roberta's brings us. You bring us options. You bring us something different. You bring us that touch to really change our garden and our landscape.
Yep.
And this one is M53078, featured price $29.92. And again, 4 pieces, 2 of the pink, 2 of the purple. These are the Lamium Groundcover, and these are brand new today. We have an update for you on the clematis that we were just talking about. Fewer than 5 dozen remain of the clematis.
Wow.
And again,